Gardens are all about sanctuary, and in these times of COVID-19, they are even more important. I'm at Legacy Good Sam with Dr. Cleveland, who's the Medical Director of Employee Health here, which, Dr. Cleveland, that's so important during this time, isn't it?
It certainly is. Stress and burnout among healthcare professionals was a huge issue before COVID-19. Now with COVID-19, that has upped the ante on people's stress level and the risk of burnout. So more than ever, we have to fulfill our mission, which is to leave a legacy of good health for our people and our patients. And to provide the best care for our patients, we must provide good care of our own employees and our medical staff. So one of the most important things now for our staff is to be taking breaks, to get breaks from the busy intensive care unit where they're working. Get outside, and whenever possible, get a break outside in one of our 12 hospital gardens. We know that it doesn't take very long. We know that even 3 to 5 minutes in a garden reduces blood pressure, heart rate, muscle tension. I use the gardens a lot myself to help deal with this challenging time, and probably the first thing I do once I sit down in a hospital garden here is I exhale. I can feel it. And we also know that from a landmark study at Legacy Emmanuel that acute care nurses taking care of some of the sickest patients at Legacy had reductions in fatigue, stress, and burnout when they spent just 20 minutes, a simple work break each day in the garden. So getting out, taking a break is so important for our staff now.
And we can really bring that home to all of us in the community in our own space.
We absolutely can. One thing that we do at Legacy now is something we call check on you, check on two. Check in with ourselves. I do this each morning now. How am I feeling? Is there something I could do today to make things a little better? Maybe I can hit a few golf balls, or I can spend time walking in a park. And then I also check on 2 other staff members, either people working from home or a colleague I haven't been in touch with. So that's a good thing for people to do out in the community, is check in with themselves and 2 other people. I'm a big believer in physical activity, not just for the physical benefits, but also because it helps our mental health. It reduces stress and anxiety, and we know we need that now. So if we can combine some physical activity with being in a beautiful place, do some gardening if you're fortunate enough to have your own garden or to volunteer in a community garden, it's a great way to get the benefits of being out in nature and physical activity, because we must attend to all these issues. And these are some of the strategies that we can use for all of us, whether you're at Legacy or you're living out in the community.
Right. And we're going to be talking with Tricia Hazen right now and how they put all these practices in helping their patients. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to see how the garden is really used to help patients. I'm with Tricia Hazen, who's in charge of all these therapeutic gardens. And so Tricia, what are we seeing here?
We have physical therapists working with their patients this morning in the garden, and all therapies at Legacy use the gardens all through the year. Truly, every month, patients are out in the garden to work on rebuilding strength and endurance, working on balance, and working on their other rehabilitation goals so they can discharge and get back to home.
That is wonderful, because it's such a nice environment instead of being in a PT room.
And that's the first step. We start out in the PT room. Well, first we start out in the hospital bed. Then we move on to the PT room. Then this is the next step to getting home.
That is wonderful, because what a wonderful transition for that. Mm-hmm. And I know that we have one more section to go to and talk about something else. Let's go over there. Tricia, really all parts of this garden are used by patients and their therapists.
Absolutely. We designed it for patient use. Therapists were involved in the designing of all the Legacy gardens. So again, we have physical therapy working right here on balance while seated in a wheelchair, increasing upper extremity strength and endurance, and working on balance.
That is wonderful, and so important for all of us. Then we work in our gardens and get healthier. And this garden and all the Legacy gardens are parts of the community, so are we still invited into the gardens?
Absolutely. These are public places. This garden here at Legacy Good Samaritan, the Stenzel Healing Garden, has been open to the public always. Please come and have lunch, bring your lunch, bring a picnic, Always wear your face mask, bring your hand sanitizer, and have a good time in the garden.
Oh, you know, we just love coming out to just talk about all these gardens because they are gems that we can all use. And we're so excited that all of our healthcare workers are just into gardenings and enjoying them. So for any other questions, please go to gardentime.tv and go over to the Legacy website where there's lots of information and videos about our own mental health. Thank you so much.
Thank you.